Hi everybody! As you can see, I'm making some coloured paper and I'm just letting the crayon go doodling all around the paper in a pattern that is just very fluid and a bit kind of crazy. There's no right or wrong way of doing this, and I'm going to tell you why I'm doing it now. So, as I said, the final tutorial of this junk modelling project is going to be how to make the skin of your elephant or your robot. And some of you might have got impatient because it has been a long time you've had to wait, and you might have been impatient to make the skin for your creature and just done it your own way. And I've seen some of the things that you've posted, both reception and year 6 so far, and they are absolutely amazing, so well done. Now the thing about a skin, you can change the skin, so you might experiment by creating one skin and then adding to it or changing it. Now you can use magazines, you can use foil, you can use wallpaper, you can use wrapping paper, old wrapping paper, or you can use tissue paper. Now tissue paper is a really good middle layer, and I'll just show you the elephant here. The elephant is here, and as you can see I have, this is all dry now from yesterday, and I've used a bit of tissue paper over the head and over the trunk and the tail and just around the legs as well. Now what I'm doing here on the paper is I'm making some kind of Indian patterns. Now if you go to India, you will sometimes see in the street elephants walking around and where they've been painted, their whole body has been painted with beautiful patterns, and they look really beautiful. And also there's lots of, in the Hindu culture, there is lots of adulation of the god Ganesh, who's got the head of an elephant. So you see statues of Ganesh painted in beautiful patterns. So I thought it'd be really nice if we could use some of those ideas to actually make some lovely patterns. So all you're going to need, if you want to do it this way, is you're going to need some plain paper. Now if you could have A3 or A2 paper like I've got, it's better. If you've only got A4 paper, that's fine. So I'll just show you a bit more of how I'm doing it. And you could look this up on the internet to see Indian patterns. This is called a paisley leaf, this shape here. And obviously you could have spirals. Now I've got oil pastels here, and oil pastels are great to use because when I'm going to do a colour wash over them later, and that will, because they're oil pastels, the watercolour that I'm going to use does not like the oil pastels, so it kind of shows through. So if you want to do that, that would be great, but I know a lot of you won't have oil pastels. So if you don't have oil pastels, you could use chunky felt tips like this one, or you could even use paint and a thin brush if you only have a little bit of paint. But try to make your lines nice and fluid. Now you can see I'm just taking this line, I'm trying not to cross the line over, so I'm not scribbling, I'm kind of doing left to right, up, down, circular, nice organic patterns everywhere. Organic means natural, so you don't have to draw a straight line. You can make a line straight if you want to. And if you want to make this skin for the robot, you might want more kind of spanners and things like that. You can have flowers and shapes within shapes. So it's really up to you. I'm colouring this one in. Try and make it nice and neat and dense. There's no right or wrong way. Now, when you've covered the entire piece of paper, you could get other people in your family to do this or help you with this, because they could have a little bit of a go at it too. It's quite fun, it's quite relaxing, it's like doodling. So here's one I started earlier, and I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do to finish off my wrapping paper ready for the final layer that's going to go onto the elephant. So I've just got a plate here, and I've got this water colour. Well, this is gouache colour from a tube like this. But whatever you've got, and then you can wash it over like this. And I've chosen to do blue. I've also experimented with yellow, so the elephant's going to be pretty blue. Now sometimes elephants have a saddle as well, because people ride on them, and this saddle is often made out of really beautiful, hot, rich colours, nice, warm, colourful textiles, with beads. So that might be a further thing that you want to do, to really make your elephant really richly embellished. Embellished means decorated in a rich way. So as you can see, nearly finished. Should have done a bit more down here, it's a bit plain, isn't it? It's nearly finished my homemade wrapping paper. And you can do repeat patterns on this. The bits you like, you might want to do again. And then, oh wow, it's got a bit thick here. You don't want it to be too thick, the paper, because you need to be able to see the pattern coming through underneath. You see the yellow there, it kind of works quite well. Right, so that will do. Now, for this next part, I have actually not used flour paste. I've actually used PVA glue, because PVA glue is a little bit stronger and this paper is a little bit thicker than the newspaper, so that's why I've done it. But if you don't have any PVA glue, you could use the flour paste. This PVA glue is basically white craft glue. So here's the elephant, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some of my paper, and you can tear it up if you want, or you can cut it. I'm going to cut some bits because I don't want to waste it. We want it to overlap, so I'm going to take a bit. Just see where it's going to go first. So I want it in smaller bits than that, I think. Cut it around the shapes a bit so you don't lose the pattern. Now, I think I might lie it down and do this side first. Now, as you can see, the tissue paper is quite wrinkly, which is quite good because elephants are very wrinkly. So nice, generous, I put a bit of water in this PVA glue, and nice, generous layer where the first patch of colour is going to go. Okay, so there we go. Squish it down. You can use your brush here to make it stay there. Nice under the ears. Okay. And now we don't want to waste any of this paper because we know that it takes quite a while to make, so you want to overlap it a bit. Make sure you put the glue underneath, and then you push it down with a brush, nice and firm. Oh, up. So if you see bits like this flapping, it's going to not look very good, so you really have to take your time and go around everything, making it look good. And you have to be patient. And hopefully you can inspire some of your family to help you if you need it. I'm covering it again with this lovely paper that you've made. I haven't put enough glue on this bit. And the thing is about these layers is if you don't like them, you can always add to them. You could paint your elephant or your robot, but I think paper is much better because ultimately you can paint the paper first. It's much easier to do that. When you get a fine brush and you're trying to paint in all these cracks, it's really difficult. So I would definitely use paper to do this. Okay? So you need to get under the ears, you need to paint paper everywhere. So it might take you a little while, but the results are going to be great. Now I'm going to stop the video there, and I'm going to carry on and show you this later on when I've covered the whole thing. And I'm also going to show you in the last part. I keep saying this is the last part. Well, there might be one little other part just to show finishing touches. Maybe a little fabric saddle for the elephant, maybe some feathers, a feather plumage, maybe some beads somewhere, because they really do like to decorate their elephants. So have a look on the internet for elephants that have been decorated, and you might get some inspiration. But hope you enjoy the next phase of decorating your robot or your elephant, and I will see you later. Thanks very much. Bye.